Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
Oh, wait, your picks. Come here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ken Shamrock versus Moose.
While I'm sitting here. Moose.
Michael Elgin versus Marufuji. No, Marufuji.
I have no idea who that is, so Michael Elgin.
All right. The Rascals versus Dr. Whitehair, Star and Taurus.
Oh, snap. That's who we picked?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
Who?
a stacked card.
Rascals.
I guess they're Rascals. I don't know who the other guys are.
Oh, snap.
North versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack versus Rhino and Rob Van Dam.
Damn.
Dang.
This show got stacked as hell.
I'm going to say the old man.
Which one?
The Rhino and Rob Van Dam.
Willie Mack's there too.
Yeah, but I said
Willie
the
Mack is-
the old men
Oh, the old men.
together.
Division Championship ladder match. Jay Chris against Tessa Blanchard against Dogger versus Ace Austin versus
Who- Am I going to say anything other than Tessa Blanchard? Come on. Come on now.
Taya Valkyrie versus Tenille Dashwood.
Tenille Dashwood. I don't hate her. I just,
Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan for the world title.
Sammy. Boom.
Shakalaka. Oh.
And that is my prediction.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. With me this week is Tommy.
Yo.
And what you might have just seen before this is Tina making her picks for Impact Bound for Glory, which we're going to be talking about today. After, of course, we recap New Japan's King of Pro-Wrestling event.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about something that happened with the draft. There's, not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Of course, you can comment with your thoughts at CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to our channel, Countdown City Geeks. We're going to try and get through this show rather quickly because it's starting to lightning and storm outside. Hopefully, we don't lose any power here.
Yeah, so this might become a halfway episode.
Yeah,
we'll
see how this goes. So, first off, we'll talk King of Pro Wrestling from New Japan. Yeah, I don't know if you saw all of it. I really read a lot of results.
I saw a good chunk of it. I haven't watched all of it yet. So all my New Japan faithful, calm down. I'm gonna get there. I just haven't watched all of it yet.
All right.
But what I saw, man, was crazy.
Well, let's talk first. The biggest news out of it is Lance Archer.
Yes.
So
I hope that picture's behind us.
I'll probably put it up there. But
so I'm so happy for him. I really
the official news they gave was that due to travel delays, due to a typhoon in the Pacific, Moxley could not make it.
Yeah.
He was stripped of the title. Let's be honest, AEW probably just didn't want him to job to Juice.
Well, there's that. Could
That's
be.
my thought.
But Zack Sabre Jr. couldn't make it either, to be fair. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It still could be that, but I'll be fair.
So instead of throwing it out there, saying, hey, we'll do it at a later time, this was probably the last available date that Moxley had.
Probably.
I kind of like this setup. He had to vacate the title. And Juice, not too long before, had kind of cut a promo that Moxley was the monkey on his back.
Yeah.
And he was focused on Moxley, so they inserted Lance Archer versus Juice Robinson for the vacant IWGP United States Championship. And Archer comes away with the win.
Yeah.
As much as you like to hate on this dude.
I do, but this was great.
Yeah,
I can't deny.
Very happy for him.
He's very deserving. Very much earned it. He's been with New Japan for God knows how long. Great tag team specialist. But it's good to see him get a singles title run. He deserves it. I'm happy. I'm hoping this is he'll get something else after that, like Intercontinental belt, never openweight belt. But yeah, I'm very happy with this result.
I'm curious where they're going to run with this for Robinson too. Focusing on Moxley, he kind of gets thrown a curveball and he's not able to win. If this is going to be some sort of
this could be Moxley's chance to build himself back up.
Robinson's chance.
My bad.
Yeah.
Robinson's chance to build himself back up, and then he challenged like the Intercontinental belt, the never openweight belt.
That's true. Jay White has that. Right?
Yeah, and because Robinson's another guy who's been doing great by New Japan, like as far as like sticking with being loyal, sticking with them, turning down offers to go other places. And WWE even offered him a contract again to go back, and he said no.
I don't blame him. They didn't really use him.
Yeah,
so.
and New Japan actually does. I mean, he actually gets put in these high-profile situations. and everything like that. So I think this could be a chance for, Wrestle Kingdom's coming up, and that's when things kind of like new feuds start. Wrestle Kingdom's 2 nights in a row. Then there's New Year's Dash on the 6th, and that's when a lot of new feuds start. So you never know what we could see there.
Real quickly, another surprising result. We all thought Liger was going to beat Minoru Suzuki, and Suzuki ended up with the win. So
yeah, that was actually real surprising.
Ospreay did retain. Ibushi kept his contract. Okada kept his title.
Yep.
I thought Sonata was going to shock
I
the
thought
world.
Sonata was gonna surprise us.
But thing I've been calling for since the G1, we are going to get Okada versus Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom.
It is now set in stone.
Yep.
And there's no changing it now.
All right. So as far as that match with the U.S. title, Moxley versus Robinson, since it never really happened, we kind of threw that on our pick results. We only picked 5 matches, but Mike and Tommy went 2-2, and myself and Tina 3-1. I'm gonna retire from New Japan because I beat Tommy. So
he beat me once. He's never picking New Japan ever again.
Now it wouldn't be right for us to give a rating on this show, only because we haven't seen it all the way through. Some of us not at all, some not all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think it's only fair to say this really felt like a show to set up into Wrestle Kingdom. This is kind of the road to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Definitely go watch it if you can. New Japan World subscription, $9.99 a month, I believe, right? You have one, so.
Essentially, it's 999 yen, which is about $9.99 a month for you guys.
So go check it out.
The only next 3 big things coming up, and they kind of tie each other. The Best of Super Junior Tag League goes into Power Struggle, and then after that is the best of the World Tag League, which is the heavyweight tag team. And that rolls straight into Wrestle Kingdom because those pretty much decide who will be. Well, Super Junior Tag League determines who will face the Junior Tag Team Champions. That's Power Struggle, and then the Heavyweight Tag League decides who will face the Tag Champions at Wrestle Kingdom. So we have we have 2 tournaments and 1 major show before Wrestle Kingdom, and then after that, all roads lead straight to the Tokyo Dome.
So is it like just historically, all the singles titles are pretty much set through Wrestle Kingdom?
If the only thing that's left is at Power Struggle, I think Goto is challenging Jay White for the
Intercontinental
title. I think they're setting up for Kenta and Ishii one more time before the Dome, and then we'll see who challenges the winner after that. But other than that, unless Archer gets another opponent before Wrestle Kingdom, I think he's gonna walk into that all the way through.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, now on to the WWE Draft. Kind of an interesting way that they set this up. Obviously, they really made use of the Fox and USA Network executives in a war room, much like an NFL-type draft thing. So you saw them reacting to draft picks and everything like that. I really enjoyed that on the Fox room. They had Cletus, the robot football thing they used for the Fox NFL Sunday, in there cheering along with them. I thought that was hilarious. So very interesting presentation for the draft, but they made it seem like more of a sport.
All I could say is this wrestling is so weird, man.
It's,
we love the weirdest thing in the world.
It's definitely a new look for WWE, and I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of a new thing. Of course, when the draft was said and done, there was a lot of draft picks, some surprises. R-Truth and Carmella were split. Mella's on SmackDown. R-Truth taking the 24/7 title to USA Network. Yeah. Well, I mean, USA Network wanted to keep him there because it was their idea for the 24/7 title in the first place. And then, of course, after the draft, like tonight before we recorded, they announced a trade. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were traded to SmackDown for future draft considerations, they said. And I think part of that is the reason is because the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka, are on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I believe they're on SmackDown. I hope that's right. So many people change. But anyway, you know.
That's one thing with the draft. I was like, I can't.
I
gotta wait till like 2 weeks after it's over for like saying, okay, those were good picks. I gotta wait, So
yeah, interesting the use of free agents as well. Kind of changed a lot of things. Kevin Owens said something about him being upset he was drafted to Raw. I guess for a lot of people, a lot of the guys think SmackDown's the show, and yeah, it's got to have a bigger audience. It's on network TV, so
yeah, of
course it's promoted heavily. Was watching the Astros and Yankees earlier. There's SmackDown commercials throughout the whole thing, so they're definitely Fox is definitely wanting to make sure the money is spent wisely. So.
Yeah.
Then of course we got news. Mike Kanellis has asked for his release. I don't know if he's going to get it.
I don't know either. I heard I think someone brought up in our group. I heard that they stopped granting releases, but you never know.
Yeah, with the advent of AEW, they're not granting early releases. I think WWE, after Sean Spears showed up surprisingly at Double or I don't know if WWE's gonna be granting releases early anytime soon.
But
So
I don't know. I think, and this is gonna sound really weird coming from me. I think people are starting to overestimate how many people are just gonna go straight to AEW when literally everyone is figuring out a way to get on TV or some kind of streaming platform.
Exactly.
Honestly, at this point, a lot guys you wouldn't expect to go to NWA and Ring of Honor are showing up. ROH is still hanging in there, and they are having guys show up. NWA, they may be just shooting like a quick TV spots in Atlanta, but I mean, you can't discount Nick Aldis, Eddie Kingston, Homicide, Colt Cabana, and James Storm being there. And, of course, Impact's got their TV. And Kanellis was there. He could just easily go back to Impact. So
I think if he left, he would go back to Ring of Honor. I think him and Maria did something really good there.
I think if he did, he should rejoin the Kingdom.
That's why I think so.
Yeah.
Especially because, this week they're early posting pictures of them from the Ring of Honor days. Wearing Ring of Honor shirts. So.
Well, to their credit, Mike and Matt Taven both held the Ring of Honor World titles and the IWGP Heavyweight Championships. Those aren't light titles to get, so I mean, they earned them.
Ring of Honor themselves, they're still trying to build young talent. They're going to be hard pressed to sign their current champion because his contract's supposedly up within the next year. So he's going to be a hot commodity if they don't extend his contract.
For sure,
he's already a big talent.
And I don't know if you knew this, but
Roosh,
today,
of course, I'm talking about.
Yeah, Roosh. Today they started showing whole matches on the YouTube channel. Like they showed the title match between Roosh and Matt Taven today.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to start doing that more often. I'm cool with that. I'm just kind of surprised, but
probably
they could be taking advantage of what NWA is doing.
Yeah, New Japan does that with Access TV. They'll show the old matches. Of course, the last 3 weeks, Impact on Tuesdays was showing their 3 previous pay-per-views, getting ready for them going to live on Tuesdays. So we'll see.
Yep.
So speaking of Impact, their biggest pay-per-view of the year is this Sunday.
The show is stacked.
It is very stacked, and they quietly always seem to sneak up on this in recent years and put together an amazing show. This one is definitely one. If there's one Impact pay-per-view you want to watch, this is one you don't want to miss.
Bound for Glory usually is pretty good.
It is. It's their big show. Honestly, all the pay-per-views they've had thus far this year have been really good.
Yeah, it's actually been a solid year for Impact. It's really cool to see.
So far, of course, there's one more episode of Impact to air this Friday on Pursuit and Twitch TV. I think there's one more slot in the X Division match that they are going to be making the qualification match for, and you never know, they might add more matches, but currently as it stands right now there's 8 matches on the card. There is what's going to be called a Call Your Shot gauntlet match. Don't know who's in it, but it's basically a gauntlet match, and the winner can challenge for any championship that they choose. We'll see how that goes, who they get in there. Generally they don't have a pre-show, so I don't know if this would start the show off, but if they do decide to do a pre-show like on Free, this very easily could be it. So.
Yeah. And shout out to Katie Forbes, who debuted on Impact the other day.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, first match, though, Ken Shamrock versus Moose.
Ken Shamrock looks phenomenal.
I'm very surprised to see him, but, man, he looks good.
He looks man.
Of course, in the video you saw before we started here, Tina did pick Moose. Mike picking Ken Shamrock for this one. He's not able to join us. Teacher life.
Yeah.
I got a busy day tomorrow, the day after we record, so much respect, obviously. But Mike's going with Shamrock. Tina's going with Moose. Tommy, who you going with?
This is hard for me. But I think I got to go with the heel on this. I think I got to go with Moose. I think they're going to play up this whole angle with him because honestly, this is like his time. He's really working that top heel. Impact does have 2 of the best heels in the business right now, in my opinion. Moose and Sami Callihan. They're just both just so mean. And I like it. Yep. So I think they're going to play up that angle. I think Moose is going to be through shenanigans, but I think he's going to win. So
yeah, I think Moose is definitely going to win this one. Young talent, they're building him up to be a bigger star too than he already is.
Because I honestly think he's in line for a future title shot, like coming up soon.
And taking down Shamrock would be one way to do it. He's a huge veteran in the wrestling business.
Absolutely.
So. Next, Michael Elgin versus Naomichi Marufuji. Tina, as you saw, picked Elgin. Mike is picking Marufuji. So, this one's tough for you. I'm going to go next. I'm going to say Elgin's going to win this.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Tina on this one. I think Elgin, right now since his debut, he's had a big debut. Hasn't really won any high-profile matches. I think this would suit him very well to win this one. Yeah. So, you?
I'm torn, and here's the reason why.
I'm not surprised you're torn.
Okay, so recently, Pro Wrestling Noah announced that the creation of a new title belt, the GHC National Championship.
Okay.
And that's supposed to be decided, I think, next month. It's between Michael Elgin and Takeshi Segura. And that's why I'm torn here. Does he go into that match with a loss? But I mean, because even if it's a loss against Marufuji. That's not a bad thing. He's beaten the best in the world. Marufuji has, and he is one of the best. He's a freaking legend. He's the Noah Ace. But Marufuji has been on the kind of the people call a slump. I mean, I want his career if that's a slump. But anyway, I gotta go with Marufuji. I can't bet against him. I was trying to, but I don't know, because he's Naoichi Marufuji, man. He's just so good.
All right. 6-man tag, the Rascals against Dr. Wagner Jr. and the two partners he chose, Aerostar and Taurus.
That's a good team.
Mike and Tina are both picking the Rascals. Another one that Tommy's conflicted on. I'm just going to go ahead and say I think the Rascals are going to win. As a 3-man team,
yeah,
they're damn near unstoppable. And I don't see, these are some surprise opponents for them to be facing, but I still think the Rascals are going to pull this one off. So, yeah. And you?
I'm gonna go with the Rascals. So much I wanted to go with the Luchadors, but I was like, the Rascals are a really good team. Plus, it's gonna be a good match. I just want to see what Aerostar jumps off of now, because like he has the most it's like the least amount of effort but most impactful like planches you'll see. He'll just throw his entire body weight and just like go stiff as he's falling down, and it's like that has to hurt somebody more than somebody else. I just don't know who yet, but yeah. I'll go with the Rascals. They're a great team, and I think they're also going to be gunning for tag team titles pretty soon.
All right. Speaking of tag team titles, this is a triple threat tag match.
Yeah.
The North is facing their toughest challenge. They're going to be having to defend
for sure
Rich Swann and Willie Mack and Rhino and Rob Van Dam, who Rhino people just wrote off when he was retiring from WWE.
I love that. That was so great. They completely wrote him off, and then he just showed.
There he is. Tina is picking Rhino and Rob Van Dam, as you saw. Mike is picking the North to retain. I believe his reasoning would be, if I have to guess, is that they're such a good tag team. They're such a young tag team as well. Yeah. They're riding high since they won. So, where are you going with this one?
I'm actually going Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I'm just like,
boy.
I'm picking, because to me they'd be the most underdog team in this match, and I'm just picking that for like the swerve that no one would see coming. That's what I'm thinking.
I am actually with Mike on this one, thinking the North is going to retain.
Okay.
So I think Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Honestly, I can see them holding these titles for a year.
I could too.
That's just the way I see it right now with them.
So funny trivia. Josh Alexander's wife is she used to be in Ring of Honor. I just blanked on her name. Anyway, I had no idea that they were married until like recently when I saw both their Instagram pages. I was like, hey, that looks like, that makes a lot of sense since his name is the same as his actual name. And I realized at that moment that I'm stupid. So, that happens to me sometimes.
It's one of those things like a eureka moments.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Jay Chung. Sorry, that's her name.
Okay.
Sorry.
Arguably the biggest match on the card here.
This is pretty crazy.
X Division Championship ladder match. The key here, though, is that is intergender.
Yes.
Jake Chris, the current champion, is defending against Tessa Blanchard, Daga, Ace Austin, and one more person who will be determined this Friday on Impact on Twitch.
Yeah.
In a qualifying match.
So if we pick someone else now and whoever wins on Twitch, can we just text in our answers like,
sure.
I'm changing mine right now?
Sure, but let's be honest here. Mike and Tina are picking Tessa. I'm picking Tessa. I don't think there's any bigger moment you can have.
Yeah.
For arguably fair. Your biggest star is Tessa Blanchard winning the X Division title. I'm picking Tessa.
I'll pick Tessa too.
Okay.
But I laughed.
Who in the hell would have to qualify for you to pick someone other than Tessa?
I don't know. I just have to see who they're going to pick. But I know for sure Ace Austin ain't winning this, because I know Eddie Edwards is going to be somewhere in that building. He's going to beat the high holy crap out of Ace Austin.
Eddie Edwards is the one that qualifies for this match.
If he is, then there's no way. If he qualifies, there's no way in hell Ace Austin is winning this match, because Eddie Edwards will break his fingers before he even gets into the ring.
For Tessa, the X Division, the old moniker, and the moniker I hope this still holds true, is that it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And I don't think Tessa's going to have any limit to what she can do in this match. So
I was wondering if Madman Fulton will be in Chris' corner for this match or be in Callahan's corner for the main event.
Maybe both. Who knows?
Maybe both. Yeah.
Knockouts Championship, Taya Valkyrie defending against Tenille Dashwood.
And Taya Valkyrie has officially become the longest reigning Knockouts champion of all time.
Yeah,
she passed Taryn Terrell.
There we go. Mike is picking Taya. Tina, who hates Taya, is picking Tenille Dashwood.
I love that.
That's I think she pretty much said on the video too. I can't recall.
I can't remember either.
Yeah. This one's tough for me. I like Tenille. I think this is a really big challenge for Taya. But the rumored news of Taya's husband possibly re-signing with WWE, even though we just had the draft and he's nowhere to be found. I don't know if he's going to be showing up in NXT anytime soon.
It's so weird.
We'll find out tomorrow. We're recording this on a Tuesday. So it's tough for me to go where would they go with this? But I feel like I need to flip a coin. Okay.
If I had a coin, I'd give it to you.
Heads it's Taya, tails it's Tenille.
Okay.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
All right, I'm going with Taya Valkyrie. That's basically it. What about you, Tommy?
I'm actually going to Tenille.
Okay.
I think she's been getting the short end of the stick a lot lately, and ironically not from the fans. It's the fans who have been saying, where is her chance? And I think the wrestling world in a way has not been giving her fair shake. No offense to places she's been before, not really anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's like I just think this is her time, and now she's getting a real chance to shine. Because to me, she never should have been released from WWE in the first place.
I agree. They gave her a shit gimmick to come back with, and you're not feeling it. Yeah. So.
But see, it's not that she couldn't make it work. It's that they just pulled the plug. They pulled the plug on it all of a sudden for no reason, and then they give her a great outing with Asuka and Asuka's debut on the main roster, and then they release her, which didn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I don't get how you have a great showing with someone, and then you release that person. I don't get that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows at this point? So
yeah, but I'm going to Neil.
Okay. Now the World Championship. You saw Tina's reaction in the video. She's like, "Whoa!" Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan.
I have been on the fence about this match since they announced it.
Tina and Mike both going with Sami Callihan. Do you need more time, or do you want me to pick first?
I think I know who I'm going with.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going Sami.
All right.
Because I think I could be wrong, but just how this is being built up, I just think it's going to be Sami.
If you go back and watch our show at the beginning of the year when we were talking about Homecoming, I said this was going to be the year for Sami.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
This is going to be the year for Sami, especially after he just had a huge main event match at Slammiversary with Tessa Blanchard, which was amazing. And came out on top, but man, not without a hell of a fight. I think, like I said, this is the year for Sami. This is his moment. This is the biggest show of the year, and I think he wins the title here. So we're all clean sweep picking Sami Callihan on this one. So
I think he's going to use the whole rage angle because he actually piled your Melissa Santos and man, major shout out to Melissa Santos, man. She took that like a champ, man. Because I love like people who are in wrestling but not necessarily wrestling personalities. Like they do backstage and everything, but they don't necessarily wrestle. But when they do stuff like that and they sell it like
they sell it better than a lot of people that do.
Yeah, so I'm like props to her. She got laid out, prone and everything. I was like, and Brian Cage sold it. I just think this is one of those matches gonna have a lot of emotion to it. I can't see OVE staying out of this. I don't care who's in the X Division match. I really can't see them staying out of it. There's no way.
Maybe at some point they'll get involved or they'll get kicked out earlier. I mean, I could very easily see them trying to come down and the ref just telling them to leave right before the match even starts.
I could see it. I could see that. I could also see them like letting him go out by himself and then like coming in at random times, trying to like maybe like Fulton and like Jake try to distract the ref and Dave tries to jump in or vice versa or whichever one. Maybe a new OVE member debuts. I don't know.
Despite that, though, I think this win's going to Sami, dirty or clean. It's going to be a huge moment for him. So,
yeah,
that's our picks for Bound for Glory. Let us know your thoughts. Definitely check it out this Sunday. We'll have more of the event details at the end of the episode. It is worth the money to buy this, and we're all looking forward to it.
Very much so.
Little Wednesday night ratings update. We said last week, hey, strong week 1. Now, what do you do for week 2? Mike, oh my God, there's a week 2.
Yeah, that was good.
So AEW Dynamite, both shows, AEW and NXT, fell off a little bit, competing with the MLB playoffs, of course.
That's what was going on. I was trying to figure out.
It's October.
About that. Yeah,
it's October.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
AEW dropped from 1.41 million viewers to 1.14 million
That's
viewers.
still not bad.
That, of course, is combining their showings that they had on TNT and True TV because it was being simulcast on True TV as well.
That's right. In case of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which it almost did, actually, the game before. So,
Yeah.
18 to 49 rating was 0.46%. So, that's,
Okay.
pretty decent. They're still killing it there. NXT did drop. They were down from 891,000 viewers to 790,000 viewers. 18 to 49 rating, 0.22%. Interesting part, I don't have it here, but I did read news reports that actually NXT, their ratings for people over the age of 50 actually increased.
Really?
So within that rating standpoint, they actually beat AEW for that from 50 and above. So while the NXT crowd is getting older as far as the audience, the AEW crowd is getting younger. And the key demographic, of course, for advertisers, people are going to spend the most money for this kind of stuff, 18 to 49. That's what they really want to target.
Yeah.
So,
but to be fair to both, now I want to know what's going to happen when it's non-playoff season for any sport.
Yeah.
So I mean, because it's hard to compete. With baseball, especially in certain cities, especially when your city's
Houston's in, the Yankees are in.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers were still playing at that time when they were doing it, but
anything northeast is major wrestling territory.
Oh yeah,
so that's where probably a lot of the viewers come from in the first
and
place.
Regardless of how the NLCS and the ALCS pan out, the World Series is going to be Central and Eastern time zones. So
yeah,
that's really how that works out. So, interested to see how this goes, how the ratings continue from here. There's going to be lulls, but there's big moments on both shows. It makes you. I mean, if you have the means to have both TVs there side by side, go for it.
I have some people who do that. I know. I can't wait for tomorrow. Jericho and Darby Allin.
Oh, dude. I know Darby. Hell of that promo he pulled off.
Dude, man. I actually would. Part of me was like, would they swerve us like that?
Would
they actually?
Would it be a shocker?
Would they pull that trigger?
If he does, whether he wins or loses, and the only reason I don't think he'll win is because the Inner Circle, great name for a team, by the way.
I do like that.
Inner Circle's a great name.
I do like that name.
Whether he wins or loses, this match is going to make him a star. Yeah. If he isn't one already. I mean, he's taken some high-profile bumps. But if he can show that he can hang with one of the best wrestlers of all time, put on a hell of a match, even have everybody attacking him, and I really hope that skateboard gets involved somehow, because that was great for him to become a down the ramp with
that was such a cool shot. I was like, is he riding a skateboard? Oh my God, he actually is. That's fantastic.
Who says you can't do that, right?
Yeah, seriously. And also the tag team match with Moxley and Pac versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it, because I still don't know where Moxley stands when it comes to Pac after his attack on. Because after his attack on Omega, Mox just stood like, I didn't want you to do that. I was like, I wanted to smack him with barbed wire my damn self.
It's interesting to see if they set up some sort of triple threat thing between them. Who knows? But
I wouldn't mind that.
Now, 1 minute warning here. Mike, of course, isn't able to join us, but he did. First, he had some notes as far as WWE goes. He says he's afraid they're making the Fiend storyline too sci-fi, where Seth is going mad because he let the Fiend in, and he'll start seeing things like Randy Orton versus Taker. That was an interesting finish to Raw if you didn't see it, where kind of the closing moments is Rollins invades the Firefly Funhouse and burns it down. So
yeah. I did see that. You know why? Because someone commented on one of the groups I'm in. He said Bray Wyatt's house premiums are gonna go up after this.
Yeah. I mean, it always ends up in flames somehow.
Oh man, dude, gotta love a good insurance joke in wrestling. Yeah. I mean, come on, how rare are those? You can throw it anyway.
We'll see where they go with this Rollins Fiend feud. That is interesting. If Rollins going crazy. We didn't give a rating for New Japan, but Mike said his rating would obviously be the same as Tommy's. You're welcome. As far as his 1 minute warning, here we go with Mike's what they should have done with Cesaro this week. We'll start the timer right here and go. He should have been drafted and not a free agent. That's it. Don't even make it 10 seconds through. Just timer stopped at this point. So that's all he had to say what they should have done.
I hope you put the clock up.
I'm damn right I'm going to. Kind of agree with you. Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
At this point with Cesaro, I mean, I love this segment. I really hope they keep Cesaro around for this, but please put him on like NXT UK, NXT something. Where
NXT or NXT UK, for the love of God, keep him. Yeah,
make him a serious challenge to Walter.
Yes,
please. Imperium right now looks unstoppable. You need a serious challenge. So, all right. So that does get into our 1 minute warning. Yeah. Even though Mike already kind of started that with a 10-second warning. All right, Tommy, what do you got this week?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay. I should actually turn this stopwatch on. So,
Yeah.
all right. Set, go.
Okay, so NWA Powerrr has started on YouTube. And from what I've been able to watch, it comes on while I'm still at work. So when it's slow, I can watch some of it. It's really good. They keep it in the closed set. They have the interviews like right before the matches, right after the matches. Mr. Anderson is there now.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. Cole Cabana, James Storm, guys I mentioned, Eddie Kingston, Homicide, guys like that. Nick Aldis, still world champion. It's really good stuff, man. It's of course they have the interview stuff and they keep it focused on the wrestling. They're supposed to have a pay-per-view, I think, November, December, I believe. I don't know everything about it yet. But yeah, that's going good. Ring of Honor posting more stuff on their YouTube channel, which is awesome. And of course, AEW After Dark, which is really worth watching. What little bit I haven't been able to watch a full one yet, but what little bit I have seen,
It's the dark matches, right?
the dark matches
Yeah.
before and after tapings. AEW After Dark is absolutely worth your time if you have a chance to check both shows out. They are fantastic.
Cool. There's a lot of wrestling. It's hard to keep up.
It is,
A lot of platforms.
That's actually why I'm glad that those are on YouTube. I can go back and watch those later. Because I
Kind of almost have to.
yeah, I think Fight TV is doing a deal where you can go back and watch Dynamite if you subscribe for like $5 a month. I think.
That's I think that's international only because
International, okay,
Bleacher
okay.
Report Live has the exclusive rights in the U.S. But
Oh,
for international rights, it's Fight TV.
I think it might be Bleacher Report Live too. I think I could be wrong.
I think it's Fight TV. I know what you're talking about. It's their AEW Plus, but I think it's only Fight TV and it's only international.
Okay.
So,
okay then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, TNT might have to like on demand then probably.
potentially, yeah. With the U.S. though, the rights are strictly with Bleacher Report Live. So
Okay.
yeah. As for me, I am going to talk about how I think it is a horrible idea to be doing Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez at Crown Jewel in a country that will not appreciate this fight. Okay, I get you're trying to do something high profile. So, Strowman versus Tyson Fury. Okay, Fury. I know he's a champion boxer. He's a huge dude. He's gonna make Strowman, but obviously it's not having the same oomph that say Mayweather had against the Big Show or Mike Tyson getting involved years ago. Now Lesnar versus Kane. We mentioned this. This is something they could have had in the running. When Kane was starting to wrestle, we thought, hey, this is going to be good. This could be something for Survivor Series, WrestleMania, whatever. They signed the match for Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. Nothing against it. It's a high-profile match. It's just in the wrong country. And this is nothing against Saudi Arabia, but this feud in UFC was a U.S., Mexico, Mexican-American, Mexico, U.S. This is where it was huge. These are the countries that wanted to see this fight 8 or 9 years ago when it happened. And we all enjoyed Lesnar getting his ass beat by Cain Velasquez. I know I did.
Oh
And
yeah,
I want to see it
absolutely.
again. I would love to see it on live TV in this country. Because let's face it, if you did it again in the United States or in Mexico, it would be a huge crowd, a rambunctious crowd for this. It would sell out.
Yeah.
And where Saudi Arabia, now granted, they have great crowds as far as noise, but they haven't fully sold the arena out. And I don't think they would fully appreciate this fight in Saudi Arabia if they had it
And
in
isn't
US
it
soil.
for the title?
It is for the title.
That is the weirdest part to me, I think.
You know,
That is the weirdest part of this to me.
if you have Kane win, which I feel like he has to, unless
I
it's some
feel
sort
like
of
he
weird no
will.
DQ
That's so
or I'm sorry,
weird to me.
DQ or no contest finish.
That's the other thing I'm thinking.
Because you're bringing this guy in to make it look like weak, like he challenges Lesnar, and Lesnar's supposed to be scared of this guy. So I don't know. It is what it is at this point. It's nothing against the show Crown Jewel. I just don't think this title match should be on Crown Jewel. That's just my thought.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. So whatever we say about the Saudi Arabian politics, the people there deserve to see. I mean, they spend the money. The people there want to see this. They don't get to see it as often as we do. So
True.
as long as they show up and enjoy the show, I get that. But I just don't think that match should be in Saudi Arabia. I think it's going to have a better feel, a better, I guess, influence or star power. All right.
Lights flickered.
It's flickered.
Let me check.
No, it should be going, hopefully. Check it real quick. I'm just going to keep talking just in case. Impact Bound for Glory is this Sunday, October 20th at 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay, it's from the Odeum Expo Center in the Villa Park, Chicago, Illinois. Pay-per-view on Fight TV for $35.
Yep.
Twitter is at CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. Next week, we will recap Impact Bound for Glory.
And hopefully
Let us
there will be
know
a
your thoughts.
thunderstorm.
Yes, so it's flickering again, so we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
I'm JC. And as always, Heels and Babyface, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake. We're out of here. Let's go.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.